friends, Kathy here from Big Shot Coffee. Today I'm going to quickly run you through taking care of your milk frother on your Java machine. Now if you're finding that you've got steam escaping from it or the froth's not coming out as it should do, then generally speaking what you need to do is make sure you're maintaining the unit properly. So first off we're going to clean it, and then secondly I'm going to show you how to look at the different parts to make sure everything's where it should be. So to start off with, I've just pressed the steam button because cleaning it's just like you were going to make the milk. So you do the same thing except you use solution. So in our jug here I've just got some water, cold water straight from the tap, and I'm going to add into that some of our milk sanitizing solution. Now if you bought a pack from us you'll have either this Chino Cleano brand or you'll have the Clean Machine brand. Both are virtually the same product and do the same thing. Okay, so I'll just go to this. Okay, so our machine says steam ready. All we're going to do is pop the tube into the solution, pop a container over here. So with this solution, I mean, I clean our machine every week, even though we don't use the milk frother every single day. So you want to make sure you do it a minimum of once per week. So okay, what we're going to do now is move this down to close to that latte setting, open up the tap, and just our seconds, because we've got quite a bit of fluid here to run through, so I'm just going to turn that up. Okay, so that's going to dry up that fluid. What I'll do is I'll just play around with this so that it goes up through both, so I'll turn up to the tap setting for a moment. Comes out quite milky and frothy, that's normal. Put it back down again. So this is giving it a really good clean. Now when you're using your milk frother during the week, you need to make sure you always rinse it just with plain water in between uses. But I mean, even doing that, you're still going to get milk build-up, and that residue can create bacteria and make somebody sick, which you don't want, and also it'll decrease the quality of the froth that you make. So it's almost gone through that jug now, a little bit more. So yes, it is really important that you do this maintenance every week, and that'll keep your machine working in tip-top shape for a lot longer. Okay. So that's run through now. Close our tap over. And what I'm going to do is just empty this and get some fresh water, so just run it. So we certainly wouldn't want to use the frother now to make milk because you've got that chemical solution in there. So now with just plain water in the jug, we'll do the same process again. So moving our dial a little bit. So all we're doing now is making sure all of that solution has been flushed through, because you don't want that in your cappuccino. You can see that this really doesn't take very long to do. So with your solution, bottles will last you anywhere from about 10 to 20 cleans. It just depends on how much you use. It does state to use 50 ml. I find that by cleaning the machine regularly, you only need to use about a capful. Whereas if you do leave it longer than you should, which isn't good to do, you will need to use that full amount. And that means you're going to rinse it up. Okay, so you can see water coming out clear now, no more of that frothy or milky looking fluid. And then the next thing we're going to do is take a look at how to make sure that the frother is all attached together properly. Just that done. Now remember that you've got two nozzles. You've got your hot water nozzle, which looks like this one without this bit on here, that's just for hot water. It's not for milk frothing. And then you've got this one. So obviously this is what you use for the milk, so this is what we're playing. Okay, we'll close that over now. And that's the cleaning part done. How quick and easy was that? So now what you do, remembering that this is hot, so be careful, only hold it at the rubber bit. We twist it off, and what you do now is take this over to your tap and give it a quick rinse. So take out the bottom bit, just pull it off like so. Take out the tube, just pull it out like that, and run all those pieces through under the tap. You'll notice on your tube, at one end you've got a little cut made into it, so it's like a little semicircle. This is the end that always goes into the milk. If you do pull this little black bit out, make sure it always goes on the end that's flat, cut straight across. You must have this little bit in your milk. So for speed purposes, let's say that I've done that. I'm going to put that back on. Now, again, we're just checking that everything's where it should be. We've got a little chrome cap here. We slide that off like so. You can see it's got a slit up the back here. And then you've got a little black lug. Now what happens is over time, with the heat coming through, it makes the plastic of this little lug expand, and then when it cools down, it contracts again. So this can loosen it. Completely normal, but you do need to check it. So if we turn it, you'll see it comes off like so. And then turning it in an anti-clockwise direction to get it back on. So we want to make sure that that's finger tight. Don't over tighten it because then you'll wreck the threads on the lug. And but it does need to be tight because otherwise you're going to have steam escaping. You won't create good froth, and you'll have poor cappuccino there. So we slide our little cap back on, just thing like that. I'll get milk frother back on. Now remember, if it's only on like that, it's not on correctly. So you need to make sure you push it all the way up so there's no gap between there. Okay, turn around. You also want to make sure that this little cap in the top here, which has this pointy end, it's got a little steam escape valve. It's very tiny, just a little pinhole. We want to make sure that when we put that in, it's facing towards the back of the machine. If it's facing to the front, you're going to get a splatter of milk on you, so you don't do that. Okay, so there we go, how to maintain your milk frother. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you've got any questions or you want to know how to do something else, you can always come onto the website, which is bigshotcoffee.com.au, email us and we'll load up a video or some further information for you. Okay, have a lovely day, bye-bye.